It's the attitude of gratitude. So let's just get into it. It's a new day, which means it's a new start. And that means that it's an opportunity to evolve to your higher self. Be grateful for the seconds, the minutes, the hours of every single day. Just say thank you. Say thank you to the Most High, Spirit, loving ancestors, known and unknown, who work with us on our path, and the angels, right? And be grateful for all of the miracles. Believe in miracles, y'all. Believe in miracles. I believe in miracles because I am a miracle. Blessings, 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 blessings. All right, so today I wanted to touch on and, express how I feel about spiritual gifts, right? And for the most part, especially just living about in the world in general, spiritual gifts spiritually can be taken in the physical, can be taken as a gift as well as a curse, because many of times people just do not believe you. Like they just and then if you are credible, right, then they want you to prove it. Well, prove it to me. That's not gonna help you either way, because you know because you're not here to prove that to anyone. Like, everybody have different gifts. They have different ways that they not only use their gifts, but how they attain their gifts, the downloads, the different ways. And although we could say things are similar, but we're not all the same, but we are, because of the gifts that we have. And I believe in honoring your gifts. I believe that those gifts are directly gifted from source. I also believe that it's also attained through your bloodline as well. All of these things correlates and collaborates with each other, so that you can do more of your purpose, or to have more purpose within your life journey or within your spiritual journey. But again, oftentimes, and because you're also fighting with, you battling with yourself, as well as you battling with people who, say, well, you're not spiritual, but and then that's a judgment thing as well. Those are judgment calls as well. But I'm grateful for all my gifts. I don't want to ever disappoint. The Most High, Spirit, ancestors, like angels. I do not want to disappoint. I'm on the path of, I'll move like the Knight of Pentacles in the Tarot deck, right? I move like the Knight of Pentacles because I want to be precise. I want to be as, precise is the best word that I could be on my path. So I'll move slow, in the sense that I'm not wanting to miss, anything. I'm not wanting to, I examine things over and over again. I'm very detailed, and I think the journey of, as a child, and having my gifts, and it being shut down, not wanting to talk about it, because when I do talk about it, it's just nobody wants to deal with it. Nobody wants to, because then as many children are, you're at a higher frequency than even the adults. So when you come through with truth and when you start saying things and they're not able to explain, like how does a child know this at such a young age? Because they do not know how to deal with it, they'll shut the child down. Well, that's what happened to me. Let me speak for myself. I got shut down a lot. So, and this is very, very young. So, as I get older, then, you try to dismiss or disassociate or detach from your spiritual gifts because it is seemingly not welcome around family, and things of this nature. So, and that's why I mentioned about you have to unlearn what you've learned as you go through your childhood, as you go through your stages, because it was not embraced. So now I'm embracing these gifts. To put it in a long story short version, because I've had to trust my intuition throughout my entire journey. Did I always do that? No, because when it's not celebrated, when it's not embraced, then that brings doubt, that brings fear, that brings, it being taboo. These type of things around something that's really very sacred. But if you're not taught that at a young age, you don't know that. So when things are seen as, shunned upon, or these type of things. But I'm so glad, I'm so grateful to be on my spiritual journey, to also heighten my gifts as I, co-create with the Most High, as I co-create with my ancestors, the known and unknown, and that is so important, as well as the angels and spirit. I'm so glad to be on my journey. So glad to open up and finding new gifts. I'm learning new gifts as I go along. This is not something that some of these gifts that I'm finding out now I did not have when I was young. If I did, I didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? But and it's so, and I don't want to say crazy. I don't want to say that, but it's like when I'm finding it out, I'm just like, oh, surprising, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm a mental person, you know what I'm saying? I analyze, I do all these things, but at the same time, but spirituality, I'm so grateful for it. I'm always be grateful for it. I just think it's a beautiful process. And even though it was frowned upon when I was younger, I celebrate it now. And at every turn, I'm co-creating with my spirit team because they're the ones who have my back the strongest and the longest. And I hope that many of you, if you run across this video, I hope that you share your stories as well, and just be free to express yourself. Be proud of your gifts. I want you to be able to embrace your gifts, and I really want you to unpack things that have, triggered you. So if it even was your gifts, if that triggered you, I'm hoping that you're actually learning to unlearn the fear around it and just keep moving. And I pray you're learning to trust it more, because that's also a part of my journey, learning to trust my intuition. And once you get into the space of trusting your intuition, you will not, go back. Because your mind is, but you'll learn to strengthen it. You'll learn to trust it. You'll learn to move um, with your spirit team and allow yourself to be divinely guided so that you can continue to move towards your higher self and evolve. And that's what it's all about. And it doesn't require you to, um, you know, no, I'm not gonna get into that. I'll do that in another video. Let me back up and let me stay on course. Just being grateful for your spiritual gifts. Embrace your spiritual gifts. And I'm gonna come back to the subject of spiritual gifts as well. But just keep moving forward. Know that you are supported. I try to make whatever spaces I have on social media as a safe space for people to share their stories, to celebrate the highs and lows of your spiritual journey, and just to keep going. You're not alone. Definitely, you know about spirituality. You're not alone at all. But as always, on to the next video. And we're going to keep doing this thing. We're going to keep elevating. We're going to keep evolving throughout our spiritual journey, because that's what it's all about, y'all. I'm not big on judging. I try to meet people where they are and create safe spaces for people, especially on the spiritual journey. Especially when you're trying to learn, you're trying to do better for yourself, you're trying to go towards your North Node if you're not already there. You're trying to just start even on the basic levels of your spiritual journey. That's what it's all about. You want to invoke truth into your life as much as possible, because there's a lot of different, a lot of misinformation, and you want to come to a place where you're going to quiet your mind first and do your gratitude work, do your shadow work, and keep moving along your spiritual path, because that is what is important, and continue to evolve. Take care. Keep yourself elevated. Keep yourself hydrated, elevated, and just keep moving forward. Peace, peace, peace. Blessings, blessings, blessings.